Hi, welcome to Andrew Buckle run through of my books from Konemann. These are art books from Konemann. I've got other books from Konemann, but these are my art books. So I'm just going to go through them. I've got flexi-bound, I've got hardback, and I think they're amazing. So I'm just going to show all the ones I've got. I think I've got a few other ones that I just have yet to find. They're tucked away somewhere. However, let's just go for the hardback first. They're absolutely huge. My apologies, I'm sweating. It is absolutely baking in here at the moment. So frescoes. Absolutely gorgeous. And I love these hardbacks, and the reason I got the hardback is that hardbacks, well, I couldn't get the flexi-bound, couldn't find them, but luckily I found this one in a charity shop as well as the other one, and wow, these books are amazing. They weigh a ton as well. You know, they're really very nice quality paper, absolutely glorious. Now Konemann, I don't think they haven't been producing many recently. I haven't seen any new art books. I hope they are still continuing doing them, but I haven't seen nothing yet. So anyway, so that's an example there. And there's lots and lots of details. So I don't even know if these are still in print or not. I assume they are. You might still be able to find them, but you should be able to find them in charity shops. They quite often turn up in my local charity shop anyway. So got loads of beautiful examples there. Just stunning quality. And I say, it weighs a ton. Frescoes, obviously stunning book. This one, oh, another one. This is Romanesque. This is a slightly different format to the fresco. You can see the slightly different format. However, I don't know, I think it's a bit older book, but this one is still full of great pictures all the way through, architecture, painting, etc. Lots and lots of finding, and lots of detail as well. Probably a little more text than the other ones as well. So absolutely stunning, and weighs an absolute ton. About 480 pages. It really is a sizable book, well worth getting. Right, there's that one. Now, this one is Flemish and Dutch Baroque painting. I love Flemish and Dutch Baroque painting. Well, I must admit, I love Flemish and Dutch work, full stop. And so that's a really good book. And again, it's full of brilliant quality. It's got lots of detail. It's in different languages as well. Six languages. You've got obviously English, the usual ones, German, etc. And beautiful paintings. I just love some of these, and I love just looking at all the various buildings. That's the thing I quite always fascinated, and the people as well. So I just a mix of different paintings. That are great. Obviously, you've got landscapes out there as well. Now I don't mind landscapes; they're fine, but I must admit I prefer city ones, just showing all the people sort of what they're doing. And of course, you've got countryside scenes as well, which are equally fascinating as well. There's one there. But they're very high quality pictures. It's not a huge book. You can see the size there. It's not a massive, but it's got a nice little introduction. Got some details, etc. of the period, which is always good. It's also got bibliography at the back, which is always very nice as well. And also it's got listings of some of the other books that are available. And there's some more there as well. So you've got Impressionism, Hermitage, Louvre. I haven't got that one, strangely. Right, next one. One related to museum, Hermitage Museum. This one's excellent, full of great paintings, and it's just full of artists. Some I've heard of, obviously many that are fairly famous, some that I've never heard of at all. So it is always very nice, and always great to see some. Again, super high quality pictures, very nice. Now, obviously not huge. If you want really super art books where you can really, you have to spend good money to actually get these massive books, and you quite often see them in art shops and you think they're about like 150, 250 pounds sort of things. Seeing collections of something, you think, wow. But this sort of book, these are reasonably priced. Well, when I bought them, they were reasonably priced. I don't know, let's say, if they're in print or not anymore. So, but yeah, super brilliant quality. Again, for same sort of, it's got an index at the back. It's also got bibliography at the back, which is always very nice. Got lots of details, as well as, in this case, it has got, see some more pictures there. This one is Maritime painting. Now this is really quite nice. Again, it's sort of themed, which is very nice. All these books have got nice theme sections. They don't just throw all the paintings in. So you've got, look at that one. Absolutely, that means that's stunning. Now, I wouldn't want to particularly be out on that, but still, it does look stunning all the same. And some of the paint, a lot of the artwork is the oil. You can really see it. The paintings have been really captured very well. And this one's got like ports as well. So it's not just ships, it's got ports, it's got the cities associated with it as well. Lighthouses, So you've got sections sort of like Lighthouse section, so you can see some of those as well. And it's just great. And again, it's got 6 and views of the sea and much, much more. Lovely book. Really, really nice book, that one. Next one. Now this one is slightly different format because these ones are slightly, you can see the size, they're a bit thinner. This one is a much thicker format. They had a batch of like Italian ones. This one's a Gothic one, so you can see a Gothic one there. So they've got a mix of different flexibound, and these are flexibound formats. I'm not a keen fan of the flexibound. I like it, but at the same time I don't like it because it always seems to tend to bend at this point here when you sort of bend the cover, and also they dent a bit, which is, however, it's still full of great paintings. I mean, absolutely stunning. Beautiful artwork all the way through this book. And this one, Spanish painting, I mean, it's got the usual El Greco, etc. But it's also got lots of fairly obscure ones that I've never seen before. I was typical, I turned to the page, El Greco. And, I mean, Sky. Pedro de Orende. I must admit, not familiar with his work, but still, you've got that. You've got yet more, Ribalta. Now, I'm certain art experts know all these people. I think Ribalta I have heard of. I think I've seen him at National Gallery, comes to mind. However, still full of absolutely amazing paintings. And this one's got an index as well, and also bibliography. So they follow a sort of very familiar format all the way through. And also, of course, it's got a really great introduction. Oh, also it has this, contents. So you can see sort of how it's done. Spanish still life, Golden Age painting under Philip II, Ribalta, I knew he was a bit more famous than you got here, Flowering of the Golden Age, Rubens, etc., etc. So you've got some nice little sections there. So it's well sort of themed and structured, which is very handy. Very nice book. And this one's themed as well, harem. So you've got harem there. Got some absolutely stunning paintings. Obviously all on the theme of harems. There's another one there. And again, gives all the details of the artist, who I must admit I've never heard of. So, and also the title of the painting and dates, etc. And oil on canvas. Art Deco. Absolutely beautiful, this one. I love Art Deco. So it's a period one. So you can see the sort of, well, I suppose all the others are period as well, but I was think slightly. However, Art Deco. But this one doesn't have just paintings. This has got obviously illustrations, etc. from magazines. I assume this one's from American School. Screen print. That was a screen print. Stencil print. So it's a variety of different ones. These ones are carpet designs. So you've got a mix. So it's not all just paintings. This one is stencil prints. Again, you've got other ones. You've got just so many beautiful paintings and drawings and illustrations in here. And also you've got photos as well, which is very nice. As well as loads of others, and obviously buildings as well. Absolutely beautiful book. Now they've got a couple of books, Art Deco one. I just got this one, but I might have got another one as well. I've got quite a few Art Deco books, so if I suddenly find that I've got that one as well. The Renaissance. This one has got lots of the usual Michelangelos, Leonardos, etc. Botticelli. I mean, it's all still stunning and very, very nice quality. Though I must admit, it always annoys me when it's split over 2 pages. Not really a thing that should do with such a famous painting. However, of course, otherwise it will be a very small picture. But still, you've got many others, of course, that split over the page as well. What can you do? But it's still glorious. Again, it's got obviously a description of the painting and also the artist and the format, etc., date and place it's located, as well as, of course, other paintings here. And some I've seen, some I have not seen before. I mean, let's just quickly go through it. I'm certain I'll probably, as always, when you go on a page, you think, oh, I've seen that one. No, I don't think I've seen that one. So there's one there. By an artist, Lotto, I have heard of him. So again, the usual suspects. But it does have some artists that I've never seen before. And that's quite nice as well. Oh, here's one. No, I think I've seen that as well. But I must admit, the artist I'm not particularly familiar with. Guy, I'm not going to say his name. Quartron, I don't know. 1412, etc. Absolutely stunning book. And again, nice format size. Now, I've got quite a few books of Renaissance. I've got some huge Renaissance books that probably cover many of the same paintings. But this book is really nice because, of course, you can see the size, flexi bound, it is quite lightweight. I can hold it for a reasonable length of time without it sort of going, oh my God, it's way too heavy cutting. This one is nice and light. Baroque. Now this one, again, a lot of these books, you'll notice they've got the dates as well, so which is quite nice, 1420 to 1600. This one is 1600, so you can sort of go through the period, splitting exactly on that date. Very convenient. 1600 to 1780. It's very precise. 1781 or something they should have gone for. I guess that's the paintings that they're covering. But again, this is full of just some really, and it is very nice quality pictures and paper. I really love it. And again, some of the paintings I'm familiar with, some of the paintings I'm not. I love that one. Look at that one. All those houses and all the people there. That is amazing. It must take a long time just going through all those people. The thing is, who's going to look at all those people? I guess it still makes an impact, doesn't it? And of course, on the wall, it would have been, or wherever it was actually shown. It must have been amazing. And again, another brilliant painting. Always a pity that they're split. Always an issue, but not badly. I mean, that one does not. You can see you can hold it out really nicely. And also, I think that's fine. Looks there, just looking at the spine there, not too bad. Again, full of just stunning paintings all the way through. And it does have, as with the other ones, little contents at the front. Let's just go to the front, and you can see the sort of range of there. If you can just about make all those out. The usual suspects, Van Dyck, etc. Bruegel, Baroque in Germany, Adam Scheimer. I've never heard of him, I must admit. A great artist life at top speed. Anyway, I'm certain many arts critics and historians go, oh, you must know him. No, I don't. But anyway, still, it's a stunning book. And look at it, just stunning paintings all the way through. Next one, Russian painting. So this one's got lots and lots of artists that I've probably never heard of. I'm quite certain I've never heard of many of these. Some really beautiful paintings though. That doesn't change that. So this one as well, it's a guy called Reaping, 1844, 1930. So again, you've got the details of the art, also the oil on canvas, time, obviously the size, which is always private collection as well. And lots of other paintings as well, Russian. So this is quite a fascinating book. Lots of paintings I've never, ever seen. So really worth checking out that one, Russian painting. This one again, themed, obviously, this one, French painting, 1100s to 1830. And full of just beautiful paintings again, obviously lovely old paintings. Now, most of them are one painting per page. Some are on pages where you've got, obviously, the painting is slightly smaller and you've got some detail. Obviously, in this case, Georges de la Tour, the artist. So that gives a bit of detail in 6 different languages. Also, you've got this one here, Still Life with Chessboard. What great titles they had then. Still Life with Chessboard. I suppose it describes it. That's what it is. All the other things were, why didn't they just turn around and say a lute or whatever? However, okay, lots of French painting has been split. So you've got 1830 now to 1920. This is about 480 pages, full of about 400 pictures. Many famous ones, of course. You've got the usual suspects, Corot, Monet, Degas, Gauguin, etc. But also some fairly obscure ones, or maybe they're not obscure, but they're obscure to me. Ribot. He's probably everyone be saying, no, Ribot's very famous. I've never heard of him. And this guy, Bouveret. Again, they're probably ones that I've seen over the years, going to various galleries. You see them on the walls and you think, I must remember that person's name. I'm afraid I do not remember every single. Renoir, of course. You get the usual suspects. You remember their names. But there are many other artists that, sadly, Degas, of course, there. This one, remember him. Absolutely, he's a brilliant artist. I love him. And I think I've got a book of his, right? That's weird. I haven't seen that recently. Strange. However, there you got Signac. I'm not certain how you say some of these names as well. Still, full of beautiful paintings all the way through. And it follows exactly the same format. So you've got the start. Let's just go to the start so you can see the breakdown. It's got a little content section there, which is quite nice, as well as bibliography, of course, index, etc. And I'm saying it's got an index. Has it got an index? Probably hasn't got an index after saying it's got an index. No, it hasn't. It doesn't even have this. It's got an index, but it doesn't have a bibliography. Ha! Always the way. Not obviously all of them on exactly the same format. I thought they all did, but they don't. Always the way. Gothic, I love that period. Just absolutely. This is 1200s to 1500s and full of some truly amazing works. Absolutely good. Many I've never seen before, or certainly some well, many of these I've never seen. I mean, there's no way. And it does actually say quite often places, obviously British Library. Now, whether I've seen it at the British Library, it might be on display. One of those sort of things you might see at an exhibition or something. Unknown artist in France, obviously in Paris. Again, I've seen that one. I actually have seen that. That's an unusual painting, that one. Unknown artist, France. Still, just beautiful. And I love this as well. I just love those pages. Just so beautiful. Look at that. Beautiful. The music as well. Just glorious. And it's full of just stunning work all the way through. And it's very high quality again. I think it's just absolute. And again, this is another 500 pages of beautiful artwork. And probably again, about, does it say? Oh, 500 works. 500 works. Really good. And when I bought it, it was very decently priced as well. Again, I don't know if they're out of print or not, but really worth. If you're into Gothic artwork, I'm certain that's a lovely book to get. Oh, so another one that's, which is odd since I'm talking about French painting. And I've got this one as well. Maybe it's part of a different series, Le Grand Parade. Now, that's very odd. Maybe that's part of. But it's obviously another one that's obviously Impressionism. And again, it's got full of some really great paintings all the way through. Oh, I think it's just lovely. But again, this one looks a bit more. This is about 600 pages. I was going to say it feels slightly thicker than the other ones. So, but still very nice quality. Absolutely glorious. Konemann's 1860 to 1910. Obviously covers a slightly different period than the other book. And also, again, contains lots of paintings, lots of artists I've never heard of. Some I've heard of, but again, oh, I can feel that's really bad. That crease. These flexi-bound ones always have that. And again, Kaya Botte, I'm not certain how to say his name, probably got that completely wrong, but I think he's just a stunningly brilliant artist. Absolutely amazing. So that's that book. And of course, another superb art, Dürer. But this one isn't obviously on Dürer. This one is the Munich there. And again, full of amazing paintings all the way through. I mean, look at that. That is stunning. And also gives lots of information as well. Van Dyck. Just beautiful paintings. And this one, of course, and it splits over two. So you've got it there. So you've got another section there, and again some more amazing paintings. This one, Carl Spitzweg. I really should turn around and say I know all these artists, and I'm certain that there are many artists, historians who know all these artists back to front, but I can't say I do. Roman ones. Oh, German artists in Rome. So again, this is very themed. So you've got sort of, I love Roman paintings of Rome are always great. I just love looking old sort of 1780s, 1800, whatever. And again, you can see it's broken down Flemish paintings, Florence and Venice, Titian, Dutch painting in the 17th, Rembrandt, Italian paintings of the Baroque period, and say some very unusual ones. Oh, View of Rome, this sort of thing. I just love it. Just looking at View of Rome, you think, oh, now when was that? 1834 that was done. Absolutely beautiful. Again, lots of great paintings all the way through that. I love these ones with gallery based. Very fascinating ones. Now this one is a sort of overview of an entire period, 1750 to 1880, European painting. Got French, German, Dutch, etc. English as well. For some weird reason they haven't brought out an English book as far as I can see. I haven't got one anyway. It would be nice if they did. But still full of some beautiful paintings, this one. And some obscure ones that I'm not very familiar with at all. But very high quality. Again, it's a pity that some of these paintings are split like that. It's always, you think, oh, that poor guy there right in the middle, you can barely make him out. But it does, it's not too bad. I love the way it sort of hangs. It's very nice. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But it is full of beautiful John Constable. I really, really like. So, again, lots of great artists. Turner, Constable. Why isn't it Pre-Raphaelites comes to mind? A collection like that would be excellent. So there's that. Spanish painting. This one is, so it's split as well. Spanish painting, I've got an early Spanish painting. This one, 1665 to 1920. Again, full of beautiful artwork all the way through. Some I'm familiar with, some I am not. Not familiar with that one at all. And many of these, of course, I have never seen. But as with all of them, it says here, this is in Madrid. I've never been to Madrid. One day I must go to Madrid, Prado. Don't know who that's by. Oh, Rios. Cruz y Rios. However, that's Spanish painting. And now, finally, after all that I've gone through, sorry going through all these books. Well, just takes a bit of time just to go through all of them. This one is an unusual one. Oscar Schlemmer. Very nice book though. But it's obviously slightly smaller. You can see it's a slightly smaller format, but it's still part of the Konemann series. Still, and also it's got lots of pictures, photos as well, and lots of information about the artwork, and also a lot more detail about the artist as well, which is something that's probably not in those other books. And to round off, 3 books, fairly small ones, and still packed with lots of amazing paintings. Very high quality pictures. I mean, obviously not as big as obviously a massive book, but still very decent quality, and also has all the information about paintings, where they are, some famous ones, as well as some fairly obscure ones. And also lots and lots of information about the artist, etc. As we will, likewise for Mucha. Really beautiful works. Some, again, famous ones. Some not so familiar. I mean, this one, that just looks, wow. Absolutely brilliant. Also lots of charcoal studies and posters for West End. I mean, possibly you've seen them before. Some I don't think I have seen before. So it's, I think it's nice to get this sort of book. And look at that. I mean, that is just a poster for, wow. So there's lots of different works there. And finally, this artist who I really, really like, Cabote. And it's full, again, lots of just glorious work that I just love all the way through this. So that's it. That's a run through of all my Konemann books. I mean, I think they're just a great series of books. I really hope they continue, because at the moment they don't seem to be. For some weird reason, they seem to be, their website certainly hasn't changed for quite a while. So I just don't know if they're producing any new ones or not. But hopefully at some point they will. So anyway, I hope you found this of interest, and we'll check out some of the books. I don't know if they're out of print or if you can, hopefully you can find many copies of these books. I think they're great, really good series of books. So Konemann, check out their website.